Now then, welcome back to another episode from the Hypermine Infinity Evolved server. And yes, I am wearing a tree on my head today. Today's hat of the day is a tree, and I'm wielding an axe. And that is because today I'm making one of the most fundamental things in any Minecraft, a tree farm. So, what are we gonna do? Well, I've had a tree farm here, and a tree farm here, and I've just been farming trees as I need them, but I use a lot of wood. I use a lot of wood in a lot of different things, a lot of the time, all the time. I need a good supply of wood, and I don't want to keep farming it myself. So, sleep time first. Actually, I'll sleep in a proper bed tonight rather than a sleeping bag. Why not? We've been on for a little while, as you can see. Been busy on the server. Voodoo Beard was on a bit earlier on. I'm currently on with E04. In fact, did I say hello to E04? E04 joined the game. I didn't say hello to E04. I was too busy in a world of my own, making all sorts of things. I forgot to say hi to E04. I've been making all sorts of things to make this farm today, so I didn't have to do all the crafting on camera. And I've got an inventory full of stuff, and hopefully I've got everything I need. Hopefully. But I'm doing it over by the factory. I'm doing my first farm over by the factory so that I can have an income of wood directly into the factory, and the factory loads in super dramatically. Check that out. This has been a few days in the making, but now we have the hypermarket. And I'm going to put a big sign on the top at some point as well. But the hypermarket is not too tall, not too big, but it is fat and wide. It's 3 chunks long, and there's plenty of different ways into it. Let's have a little looky up here. Right. So as you can see, the buildings are villager-like buildings. I've still got to finish the roof because I've not decided exactly how those buildings are going to go yet. And there's a little entrance to the factory down the side there. So I've claimed all those chunks and I've started building in it, and it looks pretty good. I'll show you what we've got going on over here. I've got some cool glass, which looks a bit old world. I think it's actually meant to be a Chinese glass, but I've cut it in half to make micro blocks, so make them indented into the wall slightly. I'm still not sure that's going to be how the end result is. I'm just playing with some ideas at the minute. On the top here, I've got a half-slabbed roof with a stair running around in the oak, the same as the rest of the village houses. But the half-slabs, of course, to make it a nice big flat roof. I didn't want a great big pointy roof on this great big thing. And I've got concrete all the way around. Concrete is smelted gravel. And I've included the wooden window frame design, the same as most villager houses have got that around their windows. So out the back here you can see that there's a strong design of a factory-like object. I've even put weathered concrete on the lower half and normal concrete on the upper half to chisel it all out nice. It's a chisel block, so it's pretty good. And you can make it into all sorts of things. So one block suits all. And so we've got a weathered section down the lower down area and the cleaner area up the top. A few flowers, my conservation effort, there you go, I've put some flowers in, that's the way it is. And I've got entrances not only through the shops where people will be able to come in and walk around the hypermarket, but all of this kind of stuff, they won't be able to do anything in the hypermarket. These areas here where there's these trado mats is where they can actually do some trading. And there's only a 2 wide gap here, I realise, and to have this in a 2 wide gap means that we've got a few issues with giving people enough space to move around. So we'll see how that works. But the trader map works very simply. I put in what I want and what I offer, and then they come along and do something about it. So for instance over here, let me just show you how this works nice and simple. Let's get a bit of oak wood. Yep. And I want to make a tree farm. But I've got to show you what I've been up to as well. Let's go in here and let's put 1 in there, and it trades. The cobblestone comes out. I've got 15 stock of cobblestone at the minute. Let's put 3 in at a time. There we go. And I get 6 cobblestone out. You see? That's how it works. And it's an attached chest. So I'll put that back in there, and I could take the wood out, and I could do the whole trade again, all for myself. But still, that's not quite how I want it to work. I'm throwing it all in there like that. Okay, so this is a simple sample trade, okay? And the idea is that the trade-o-mat is accessible on this shop side, which it isn't right now because it's a block inside my claimed chunk. So I need to bring the trade-o-mat out a block, and then the chest itself can be inside the block. So they connect up like this still, but the chest holds my goodies, in this case 17 stock of the cobblestone, and the other players would access those trade-o-mats and make trades, various trades from the shop side of things. How I'm going to make it look good in this tight space, I haven't figured out yet. I haven't figured it out. If only I could claim under the ground and not claim above, then I could put the chests underground. And well, there's all sorts of things that I could do. But this area here is more for the processing side of things, so what the public can come and see and have a look around. And there's another way in through down the side here. So the access here is open to the public, and then I'm going to have a way down here into the factory for other bits and pieces, and all the other players will be able to access it, but they won't be able to do anything in it because it'll all be confined by those chunk parameters. But out this way somewhere, I want to put some tree farms because I need lots and lots of wood for everything, and I also want a fair amount of charcoal for things as well. I've been coming out here and cutting that down and replanting it to get supplies at the minute, but that is just not good enough. So the next best thing is to have a massive tree farm, and that's what I want to do, and I'm going to do it out here, I think. But where out here, I don't know. The levels here are a bit odd. They're a bit all over the place, aren't they? I've got to try and figure out where the set level is, and then clear out an area and plant put a planter down. And I'm thinking that this feels like a nice level to be on. What are we on here? Y104. Yeah, I'm thinking that this feels like a good place. Maybe I'll fill in this area around here. Or maybe I'll just get a turtle to do it all. Clear it all out a little bit. But let us start down here, shall we? Let's start around here. And yeah, let's keep it online with this kind of plateau here, where this has been for a while. And maybe let's have a quick check over here and see where the entrance is, what Y level the entrance is over here. Yep, there we go. Right, so the entrance over here is on Y103. Okay, and I've used up that diamond shovel, by the way, so that's that. Y103. Okay, so let's go with 103. Y103. What's this tree farm on over here so far? This one is Y102, Y103. This is Y102. This will do nicely. Y103. That's it. Job done. I will set this up as Y103. So, if we've got 100, 101, 102, so that's the level the farm's on. So we want to come this way. Now, I'm probably going to move this around a little bit later on, but I do want to just get set up with a tree farm to begin things out and fill it all in and all that kind of stuff. I just want to set things up first. So I want a planter under there, and I want a harvester, but I've made an upgrade for the harvester, and I left it back at base. It was a gold upgrade. So let's have a look, see how far a gold upgrade stretches. Increases the radius to increases radius 7. So it'll actually be a radius of 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, plenty. So I'm going to have to do some rejigging of this. But this isn't the only thing that I want to do this episode. So I'm just going to give it a quick blast of 3. Let's make it 3. Yeah, let's make it 3. That'll do. Okay, so all of the vegetation. I don't want any vegetation in this playthrough. Alright, so we've got that. Now I need to give it a bit of power and move things around. So I'm going to have a magmatic dynamo for now. I want it to be completely different soon. Let's have let's put it on this side. Let's put the power on this side. Let's put the magmatic dynamo on there and a magmatic dynamo on there. I'm going to change the power supply. I'm going to sort out a decent power supply for the farms. All of the farms generally use RF. That's the thing today. So RF production is important. I need to produce RF. And to produce RF, that's got a little bit of power left. That's got a little bit of power left. Good, good. To produce RF, I need not to use IC2. IC2 is for IC2 purposes. Yes. And that could be a little issue. Let's put that there. But I have got a lot of lava. Lava. So I'm going to place that there and have some of these temperate fluid ducts going there. And actually I put that torch in the wrong place. There and there. Let's do that then. And we'll have one of those and tap this. There we go. Alright, and then put that on there and make that so that it just comes out whenever. There we go. At least I'll have a start of a farm going there. Right? So, powering it, you just put power in however you want. I'm going to put power in by a different method fairly soon, but this is just my starter farm. I'm just going to make a quick starter farm. So, I also made a little bit of a wooden transfer pipe system going on here. And I probably need to get myself a chest. Okay, so now I've got some basic power sorted. I need to start thinking about a sorting method. And I'm using Buildcraft, good old Buildcraft for this. It takes a little bit of messing about, and it's not the most efficient of ways anymore. It's not the best thing in the world anymore, Buildcraft pipes, but I still like it. And they've had a bit of an upgrade to all the textures and things, and Buildcraft has a good upgrade. So Buildcraft has a lot of cool solutions for problems. I think the main thing is that you need a wooden transfer pipe to bring anything out, and you need redstone flux going into that pipe to make it activate. So you definitely need 2 blocks, whereas most of the modern technology versions like Thermal Dynamics and Ender IO, their pipes all exist within 1 space. And in the case of Ender IO, which is possibly the most advanced, you have access to put 3 or 4 different pipes connected to an inventory or a machine or that in 1 space. Whereas Buildcraft, these are 3 block spaces that I've filled here just to make this pump out items from a chest. It's kind of ridiculous, but that's what we're using for now anyway. That's just something to mess around with. I think I'll put my diamond pipe on next. Pipes are very easy to make as well. Very, very easy to make. They're glass with bits round. So it's very simple early game stuff, really. And that makes it worthwhile, at least, just on its own. And I like that fact, so I'm going to use it. Let's go down here to there. There we go. Alright, and we'll have this one come this way, and we'll have another chest at the end of it as an output. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so now we program the diamond pipe. So on red, I want saplings to go on red down into the planter. So we'll put that on red and that on red, and then everything else will go on green, hopefully. Let's try that out. Let's put that in there, that in there. There we go. And let's get a look at it. We've got to appreciate these old school pipes, and because they are early game accessible, I mean, this cobblestone pipe is 2 pieces of cobblestone and a piece of glass. It's very, very easy early game technology. You don't even need to go mining very far before you can start making stuff like this. So you can get early access to sorting systems and things just when you get your first diamonds. You've got a pipe sorting system. It's all very funky and all very cheap. Ender IO and Thermal Dynamics are still better in that sort of order. Thermal Dynamics is pretty good as a second, like an upgrade to this. What we'll eventually use, I don't know. But now you can see that the planter is now taking the saplings and planting those saplings in the available space above. And it's a 3x3, the original available space. So we need to quickly get some more dirt sorted out. I'm going to end up clearing all this out, so let's start by taking all this down here. Put a little bit more dirt. I believe the planters start with a 3x3 radius, or area of effect. So we should have enough there to start that off. And now we know that it's all working, I can start putting the blocks underneath here. Like so. There we go. So now that is planting in a 3x3 above it. Next up, I've got to have to make an upgrade to go in here to make it slightly bigger and better and more efficient. But I want to sort out the power supply a bit better, because I don't want to be going out and having to fill the lava. You see, the lava here is already emptied out. So I can take that back now and take that back and take these back. Because there's not a lot more I'm going to do to this farm before I've got the next upgrade, the power upgrade. So, wait, I fell down. So the power upgrade is the next thing. And we just leave these to grow and harvest. This harvester should harvest a 5x5 area in front of it. So I've got that bit covered. Let's just get another couple of bits here so it can carry on working while I'm busy sorting out the next stage. That goes there. Here we go. So we've got our temp tree farm running on a 5x5 area, 3x3 of actual trees. It's going to have enough power for a while because these magmatic dynamos are quite well filled. Yep, so they should be okay for a while. So this farm should run decently for a little while. And already I've got rubber wood and raw rubber being created by the farm. Very simply done indeed. And all by just a little bit of organisation here. Just this one pipe sends the saplings down that way and everything else goes down into that chest. Gotta love the basics, gotta love the cheap, simple basics. Okay, so tree farm, successful. Now, this is what I've been working on inside here. Working on a floor level here and a floor level above. The floor level above is just an access between the floor of the hypermarket and this bit. It's kind of like a piping area. A network of cables and wires will end up in this level. And down on this level, a bit more production, cables and wires going up into the hypermarket and so on and so on. Still a lot more work to be done here, but building and constructing. I've got enough construction over here done so far to put in a power supply. And we're just moving straight to the big stuff, really. The reason for the tree farm is making charcoal, as well as making actual wood for things, but charcoal cooked once again makes graphite bars. You recook charcoal to make graphite from big reactors. And as you will see, the big reactors charcoal thing requires quite a lot of stuff. The basic building block of big reactors is the reactor casing, iron, graphite bars, and yellurium. The yellurium is this yellurium ore, and I seem to be getting lots of it in this pack. Lots and lots of it in this pack. So I'm going to grab, well, let's grab 40 odd just to get started. That's probably a good start. What I'm going to need is for the reactor, I'm going to need reactor control rods. So let's grab 1, 2 of those for now. I'll just do a small big reactor. Should still put a decent amount of power out, even though it's a small big reactor. And for those control rods, I'm going to need fuel rods. And these yellurium fuel rods, I'm going to need... let's make it 3 for each. And hope for the best. There we go. Was that 3 for each? No, it's 4 for each. Oh well. I'll probably use them for something else in the future anyway. Hopefully I've still got enough materials left to do some other bits and pieces. So we've got the reactor control core, we've got the reactor casings, and we've got the yellurium fuel rods. That's the basics of the reactor itself. And then we need a controller, which requires 1 diamond. In this, like a vanilla big reactors, this is very, very cheap indeed, really. And then we can fancy it up a bit. We can have a bit of actual reactor glass. We'll throw a couple of those out. In fact, I've only got enough for 5 because I'm nearly out of this sort of stuff. So, okay, we'll try the reactor power tap first. Let's get some of these in. Let's get 2 reactor power taps first before we go any further. And is my glass finished? I did have some glass in there. Yes, I did. And some more graphite bars. Good, good. So I'll make some more casings now, just to make sure I've got enough of those. I think I've probably got enough now for at least a basic, and the reactor glass I can fill in a bit later on with some more of that soon enough. So what I want to do is set up a reactor, or maybe a couple of reactors down here. I need 1 basic reactor, so that's going to be the first stage, a basic reactor. And I'll leave a bit of a space around the side of it down here. But let's start by setting this off here. So let's leave 2 blocks and then have a corner. And we'll have this as the top area. And let's go with the reactor cores. I'll have this coming out this way, I think. And just to save on resources, I'll make it cheaper by putting in a small area like this for now. And I'll put some reactor glass on the top. Let's put a piece of reactor glass there, and let's have a reactor tap on the top as well. And then another reactor control rod just there. And then come round here with these. There we go. So as you can all... Oh, wait a minute. That's 1 off, isn't it? Let's put this around here. I may actually need some more resources than I've actually allowed for, but this is kind of okay. This can then power straight up through the roof here, straight into the areas that I want power. So let's have a looky about here. Was it? Is that the right place? Is that in line? Yeah, that's in line. That's good. Okay, and reactor there. So this is a fairly small big reactor. It's not the smallest I've made, but it is fairly small. And from here, on the underside, we need to have some reactor fuel rods going down here. So we'll have... well, actually, I'm running out of materials already, so let's just go with 2 for now. And I'll put more on later. And I'm going to have a controller as well. So I'll have the controller in the center just to give some kind of symmetry. But I'll put it on the back side here. So the place, it's got something to do. There we go. And we'll have the corners first. There we go. Like that. There we go. And that's starting to form the reactor. And then I need the reactor base at least. So I'm going to need some more of these blocks, I should think. There we go. Yep. That's kind of it. That's technically all I need for a big reactor is 1 thing of reactor. Let's get up here and get some more if I can. More reactor casing. No, I need some more graphite. I've got plenty of iron in there. I've got plenty of yellurium. It's just more graphite that I need. There's 19. Let's see if that's enough to make a finish off. Let's get 20 more of these. That should be enough to finish it off, shouldn't it? Let's see. There. And I would put glass in here, generally. And I've only got 3 bits of glass here, so let's put some glass down the side here. And some glass down the side there. And let's put an output in, just there, so I can output that way. Also, I need one of these input and outputs, an access port, like so. So, I've got the piston. I need a chest, right? I need a chest. Okay. That's all I need for this one. And then I should, in theory, be able to get this to work. Yeah. Like that. Reactor port. Let's put that down here as well. Where's the reactor port going to go? I'd actually prefer the reactor port to be on this side. So let's put the reactor port on this side, because then the next big reactor can have some sort of use coming off it. And so this power tap, let's bring the power coming out this way. like that. There we go. Fill that in. Q, and there, and there, and there, and there. And I need, well, I need another 8 pieces to make this start up right. Let's go. 8 more. Have you got the charcoal for me? Let's quickly cook some more graphite up. I don't want to do too much. Yeah, I've got enough iron and stuff. Yeah, it's just that. I want to make it bigger anyway, so I may as well make it bigger starting right now. And let's get some more of that. If I get the glass, actually, can I make the glass? The glass is 1 reactor block still, so it's the same difference. I can just take these reactor casings out later, add a couple of glass to it, and turn it into reactor glass to make it look a bit cooler. So not really an issue, not really a problem. But I do need the graphite bars to make those up. That's 10, that might be just enough. Let's go boom, and yes, and let's turn 4 of those into the reactor glass. In fact, I can do the others with reactor glass as well, can't I, while I'm here? There we go. So there's the 8 blocks I needed to do the back end here. And I can fill that all in with reactor glass, like that. There we go. And that's activated it as a multi-block structure. So now I can access the reactor controller. All looks very, very complicated, doesn't it? Yes, but it's not. And unless they've changed anything, it doesn't do much exploding either, which is also very good. So let's see. Input here, we're going to input the yellurium, and we're going to have it as an inlet. So the yellurium fuel will go in there. There's a waste that comes out, but I can use the waste for something else a bit later, so that's good. And as you can see, that yellurium's now filled the fuel rods. So I put in about 30 something, 31, so that's about 5 in each part there. That's pretty good. And this is now filled the fuel core with stuff. And can I just exit that? There we go. Keep this nice and clean. So now the status is currently offline, and we've got to start kicking out some energy. It has a buffer of quite a lot. That's a lot of zeros. 10 million? 10 million, is it? Or 1 million? I think it's 10 million. 10 million RF when it's full. Now, these are the key stats that I want to deal with. The temperature of the core. I haven't put any liquids in here to cool it down. I could put water in to cool it down as a basic, but I think I'll just wait until I've got some better stuff like electrum or something like that, or something cryo. The cryo liquid, that's another one from thermal expansion. I can put that in there. But let's see how it does things. Let's activate the reactor and hope for the best. So the reactor is powering up, the casing heat is going up, the core heat going up. It shouldn't reach maximum, I shouldn't think it'll overheat. There we go, we've already stabilised the heat at 1000 centigrade. It's quite a big core heat, I know, but it's still only just marginally in the red, so it's not too bad. And already we're generating lots and lots of RF per tick. So the RF per tick here, we are making, from those simple resources, 1,250 RF per tick. Is that 1,000 RF per tick? No, that's 1,000 RF per tick, yeah. So we're making 1,250-ish RF per tick. That's not bad, is it? That's not bad. So that's going to fill up quite nicely, and that's going to prepare me to have a lot of power outputting to various RF machines around the place. I can make some more of these reactor taps and put them in, and so I can bring out power down at this level. And I've also got this up here, which is a reactor tap that can go up through this little hole into some bank of machines up here. Do I have any leadstone flux ducts? Yes, I do. And do I want to put it straight on? Yes, I do. There we go. There we go. So that's the first bit of power coming out. Obviously, a leadstone only transfers 200 RF per tick. But 200 RF per tick still pretty boss, really, pretty boss. 200 RF per tick through that means I can provide a little bank of machines here with a virtual infinite amount of energy, because the yellurium is fairly cheap to find. I've been finding it all over the place while I've been digging. I've been digging with my turtles, and now I've found lots and lots of the stuff. So, I reckon that was a decent success. Quite easily done. Now the tree farm's coming in over here, and I could have some sort of auto-processing and sorting system with the tree farm. Getting lots of wood coming in, and lots of rubber as well. The lots of rubber is very important for my industrial craft too, and the lots of wood is just generally useful for all sorts of things, including making charcoal for other smaller farm projects and things. But, hey, I've still got my tree on my head, I just realised. But that is all I've got time for this episode, so thank you very, very much for watching another episode of Hypermine. On the Infinity Evolved server, I have been Nemsun, and this was tree farming and big reactors. Quite opposite, but literally 2 stages of progression. Make the charcoal, and then make a big reactor. Very awesome. Until next time then, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you again soon.